Good morning children. Children, in the last class we learning about a different process related to the fiber to fabric lesson, is it? So we learned about ginning and then spinning, is it? So what is the meaning of ginning? So ginning means it is a separation of the fibers from the septs by combing. It is called as ginning. And then what is spinning? Spinning means make the process of making yarn or thread from the fibers. So from the process of making the yarn from the fiber, it is called as spinning. So today we need to know more about another process called weaving and knitting. So children, there are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarns. So you already know that yarns are used to make fabrics. So there are many ways by which fabrics are made from the yarn. Fabrics are made from the yarn. Is it? So it has so many ways. So by this ways we can make fabrics from the yarn. Is it? By so many ways. There are many ways by which fabrics are made from the yarns. So what are the two main processes? The two main processes are weaving and knitting. Children, so this ways, so it has two main processes. It has two main processes. So one is weaving, another one is knitting. So by these two processes, yarns are used to make the fabrics. Okay. So first let us know about what is weaving. The process of arranging two sets of threads. So let us take two sets. So we can take the two sets of threads. Okay, see. So we can, here I am giving you one example. That is why we need to take two sets of the threads. So it should be arranged. So we need to arrange the two sets of yarns together to make a fabric. So this is called as weaving. The process of making yarn. So the process of arranging two sets of yarns to make the fabric, it is called as weaving. So first one is weaving means the process of arranging. We should arrange the two sets of threads or yarns. The process of arranging the two sets of yarn to make a fabric. So it should be kept together. So the process of arranging the two sets of yarn together to make the fabric, the cloth to make a fabric. It is called as, this process we call as weaving. It is called as weaving. Okay. So I told about the one process. So we need to take two sets of the threads and it should be arranged together to make the cloths. Is it? So children, let us try to weave some yarn, some paper strips. So I need to take 2 papers. So there is a one activity, children. In this activity, we need to know how the fabrics are made using the yarn. So instead of yarn, I am taking here paper strips. What have taken? Paper strips. For this activity, we need for this activity, we need to color paper. Any color, take any color. We need to take 2 types of the color, 2 different color paper. So children, take 2 sets of paper of different color. First we need to take 2 papers of different color. Here I am taking, so one color is, yes, so green color. So it is a green color paper, and another I am taking a, yes, red color paper. Is it? So first children, we need to take 2 paper of different color, 2 sets of paper of different color, and then cut square pieces of length and width that is equal to 30 centimeter. So children, I want to take the paper, it should be equal to 30 centimeter. Okay, so it is green in color, it is red in color. So the length and then breadth. So the length and then the breadth of this paper should be, yes, how much? 30 centimeter. It should be same thing. The length should be 30 centimeter and the breadth should be 30 centimeter. Okay. So take equal length and breadth of the paper. It should be about 30 centimeter. So now fold both the sheets into half. Here I am taking one paper, but it is not 30 centimeter. Just I want to show it. So it should be fold like this. So now fold both the sheets. You should fold both the sheets like this, and then one sheet draw the line. We need to fold like this and then take a scale and then draw the line. So here also we need to draw the line. So take a scale and draw in this sheet. Here also draw the line. So take 2 sets of paper of equal length and breadth. It's about 30 centimeter and fold the paper like this. So children, now fold both the sheets into half. So here one into half. You have to fold like this. So on one sheet, both the sheets, you need to draw the lines using the pencil and scale. Is it children? And then you need to cut the papers. You are folding like this, isn't it? And you are drawing the line. So along this line we need to cut. Is it? We need to cut because we are folding. Here I want to fold. Is it? So after folding and after line, draw the line along the length, and then using the scissor. So you need to cut both the sheets along the lines, along the dotted lines, and then unfold it. So after cutting, so draw the lines like this and using the scissor. So cut the paper, cut both the sheets along the dotted line. You need to cut the sheet along the line. Is it here? Understand the children? You need to cut like this and weave the strips one by one. Here I am cutting. See here. So one I fold it and draw the line and then I cut it like this. It's a very easy. If you are cutting fully, it's a very difficult to weave. So you do like this. So you cut the paper like this and so then weave the strips one by one. Here I am taking the paper strips like this. So this weave the strips one by one through the cuts in the sheets of other paper. See children, I am cutting this paper and I am taking another cut piece of paper strip. Is it? And then we weave like this. We need to see here. We need to weave the paper strips like this. Okay. You do this activity in your home. So take another piece and then there is some gap and then fold like this. You need to fold like this. Sit. So children, do this. It's very difficult to do by holding like this. It's a very easy if you keep this paper on the table and weave the strips on one by one. Weave the strips one by one. Through the cuts in the sheet of other paper. Okay, do you understand this? If we weave all the strips, then how it look? Let us see. It shows the pattern after, we will show some pattern after weaving all the paper strips. It shows some pattern children. In your textbook is there, do this activity, it's a very easy. So, it shows the pattern after weaving, okay. So, I can't show it. After weaving all these strips, it shows like this. So see here. Yes, is it? So it shows the pattern after weaving all the paper strips. So in a similar manner, two sets of yarns are woven to make a fabric. So in the similar manner, I have shown this. So in this similar manner, so we need to fold this paper into this, or you can do like this. So you need to insert, or you need to weave the paper strips along this cut piece of the other paper. Okay children, so in a similar manner, two sets of yarns are woven into, so to make a fabric. Two sets of yarn. Here I am taking two sets of paper strips. Is it? So in the same way or in the similar manner, two sets of yarn are woven to make a fabric. The yarns are much thinner than the paper strips. Is it children? Of course. So here our paper strips are Yes, it is thicker, but compared to the paper strips, yarns are very thinner than the paper strips. So weaving of fabric is done by loom. So children, weaving of fabric, it is done by loom. Weaving of fabric is, yes, this one is done by loom. Yes, and then the looming of the cloths or looming, so it is by hand looming, hand operated. Looms are either hand operated or power operated. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. ಈ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಂದನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಪವರ್ ಆಪರೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿ ಲೂಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಐದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಪರೇಟೆಡ್. ಈಗ ಸೊ ವೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ವೀವ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೂಮ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐದರ್ hand operated or power operated. Is it children? So this is all about weaving. Is it? This is all about weaving process. Let us know more about the knitting. So next process is knitting or knitting. So next process we call as knitting. So what is the meaning of knitting? Have you noticed or have you observed how sweaters are knitted? Sweaters, socks. So have you noticed, children? Have you noticed how the sweaters, how the socks are knitted? So in knitting, only a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. So only one. So one day yarn, one day thread use ಮಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಫುಲ್ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಇನ್ knitting a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. In knitting a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. Is it? And then in knitting, or have you pulled out, or have you ever pulled one single yarn from torn pair of socks? So children, take a torn socks, torn piece of socks. So pull one yarn from that. Have you do that? Have you did in the earlier? So have you ever pulled the yarn from the torn piece of socks or anything, sweaters? So what happens if you pulled out? If a single yarn gets pulled out continuously as the fabric gets unraveled. Is it? As the fabric gets unraveled. Understand it, children? So one single yarn anna tegidre enagutte, full a cloth open agutte. A single yarn gets pulled out continuously as the fabric gets unraveled. A single yarn. So what happens? A single yarn gets pulled out. You can hear that. What happens? Gets pulled out continuously as the whole fabric, whole material, whole fabric, what happens? Become unraveled. It gets it is open, unraveled. Is it? So then, for example, socks and sweaters. Socks and many other clothes items are made by the process called knitting. So you are using socks, sweaters, isn't it? So by which process this is made? So by the process called knitting. So socks and many other clothes items are of knitted fabrics. Cloths, socks, so this one first, socks and many other fabrics are made by knitting process. Is it? And then, so knitting is done by and also some machines are used. Is it? So knitting is a process. It is done by using. It is done by hand and also on machines. So ಇದನ್ನ machine ಇಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Yes. And ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So even sweaters they knit it by the hand. Let's say some sweaters. Nowadays, some machines are invented, so that is used to knit the sweaters and socks. Knitting is done by hand and also by machines. Machines are used. Is it, children? And then weaving and knitting. So there are two processes. I have told in the beginning. Is it? Knitting and then weaving are used for making different kinds of the fabrics. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಈ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದದು? By weaving and knitting. So these are the two processes. These two processes are used for making different kinds of the fabrics, and these fibers, these fabrics are used for a variety of clothing items. For example, yes, shirts, pants. Is it? Even yes, some chudidars like this. So these are the different clothing material, variety of clothing items. So these are made by using fabrics. So these fabrics, so they are used for a variety of clothing items. So first, weaving and knitting are used for, so these two processes are used for what purpose? For making different kinds of yes fabrics. Different kinds of fabrics, and then so these fabrics are used. These fabrics are used to make the different. It is used for variety of clothing. Variety of yes clothing items. Is it, children? So variety of clothing. This fabrics. It is made by weaving and knitting process. That fabrics are used to making variety of different kinds of the cloths items. So children, we are understand about the how the weaving and then knitting process are used to make the different kinds of the yes fabrics. Okay, children, I hope you are all understood. If you have any doubts, call me, children. Thank you, children.